Before we had AT&T Business Wireless coverage, our delivery GPS wasn't the most reliable. Once our driver had to do a 14-point turn to get back on route. A 14-point turn! An influencer even live-streamed the whole thing. Not good for business. Now with AT&T Business Wireless, routes are updating on the fly and deliveries are on time. And the influencer did get us 53 new followers, though.
AT&T Business Wireless. Connecting changes everything.
The Bleacher Report app is your destination for sports. Right now, the NBA is heating up, March Madness is here, and MLB is almost back. Every day there's a new headline, a new highlight, a new moment you've got to see for yourself. That's why I stay locked in with the Bleacher Report app. For me, it's about staying connected to my sports. I can follow the teams I care about, get real-time scores, breaking news, and highlights all in one place. Download the Bleacher Report app today so you never miss a moment.
On today's Smart 7, oil prices rise again as Middle East chaos continues, Labour launch local election campaign, and much more. It's Tuesday, 31st of March, it's Trans Day of Visibility, and happy birthday, Christopher Walken.
Smart 7, it's news, but not the news.
Once again, Donald Trump caused market turmoil on Monday as he sent mixed messages about whether or not there had been progress on talks with Iran and whether or not he would begin strikes aimed at Tehran's energy infrastructure. The war has been going on for a month now with no sign of a clear exit strategy from the American president as he continues to build up troops in the Gulf. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was continuing to talk up American efforts in the press room on Monday.
With respect to the ongoing major combat operations in Iran, Operation Epic Fury is moving ahead successfully and according to plan. With each passing day, the United States military is increasing its advantage over the terrorist Iranian regime.
Iran appears to be moving closer to formalising a potential toll structure for the Strait of Hormuz, which could see some movement by ships from nations that have not engaged in the war. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has reiterated that there's no change in his position on the US and Israeli action.
This is not our war and we're not going to get drawn into it. What we have done is taken defensive action, defending British lives, British interests, and of course our allies in the region.
We're 6 weeks away from the local elections, which take place on May 7th, and you only have about 3 weeks left to register to vote. Labour launched their local election campaign in Wolverhampton on Monday with a theme of bearing down on the cost of living. It's a tricky message to deliver when inflation looks set to spike as petrol prices rise while the war in the Middle East continues. But the PM says from Wednesday, energy bills will come down under the new price cap and stay down until June regardless of what happens with the Iran conflict. Labour Party Chair Anna Turley told the BBC that Starmer's leadership is crucial at this time.
We know it's a time of uncertainty for people, the upheaval and the global instability. And that's why it's so important that we've got a Prime Minister who is absolutely clear and relentless in his focus on making sure the British people are at the forefront of every decision that we take.
Meanwhile, Tory leader Kemi Badenoch was in Aberdeen, continuing her campaign for more drilling in the North Sea.
Let's allow UK Export Finance to start supporting clean energy oil and gas drilling that they can do elsewhere. That will also help bring in revenue. That will also help support the jobs in this sector.
Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara was in Germany on Monday for a meeting with Chancellor Friedrich Merz. It's been over a year since the civil war in Syria came to an end, and the message from the German side was that it's time for Syrian refugees to return home. Over 1 million Syrians had sought refuge in Germany, with former Chancellor Angela Merkel famously deciding to leave the borders open during the 2015 refugee crisis. Things have changed under Chancellor Merz, as far-right anti-immigration party the AfD has surged in polls, and the hope now is that 80% of the Syrians who arrived in Germany might return home over the next 3 years.
Thanks to the German people, who have been willing to take in this large number of refugees. But the civil war is over, and now there is the prospect of returning to their home country, Syria.
The government is currently running a public consultation on whether or not a social media ban should be imposed for those aged under 16. Submissions are welcome up until the 26th of May, and while the consultation is running, there's also a pilot scheme about to commence which is aimed at providing scientific data on what the effects of a ban might be. The study would see 300 teens have their social media disabled entirely, blocked overnight, or capped at a single hour's use. The aim is to see what impact it has on their behaviour and what kind of workarounds they try to apply. It's part of a concerted push, which has also included Ofcom tightening up age verification on social media platforms, but campaigner Esther Gay, whose daughter Brianna died after a brutal attack by teenagers, says the situation needs more urgent action.
At the moment, it's not fit for purpose. We need to make sure that the Online Safety Act is stronger. We need so many different approaches. We need to make sure that social media is safe for 16-year-olds. But yeah, for now, I think that we do ban social media for under 16s.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, Formula One faces a crisis and the Terminator heads to uni. Right after this. Welcome back.
The war in the Middle East means we're not due to get another Formula One race until May, when the grid settles down in Miami. But following last weekend's potentially lethal crash involving British driver Oliver Bearman, there have been serious questions about whether the setup can remain the same. The new hybrid engines, which include electrically charged boosts, see cars on the track moving at dramatically different speeds, and drivers have been warning for some time that the potential for a lethal accident is high. Williams driver Carlos Sainz has called for action to be taken, particularly before the street racing circuits, where there is no room for a safe runoff. Red Bull driver and former world champion Max Verstappen says the issue is so serious he's not sure if he wants to continue in Formula One.
It's not about money anymore, because this has always been my passion. Right, as a kid, this is what I wanted to do, and back then I had no idea what I was going to achieve, and I want to be here to have fun and have a great time and enjoy myself. And at the moment that's not really the case.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has a new title. The actor, champion bodybuilder and former governor of California is now known as Dr. Schwarzenegger. He was in Northern Ireland on Monday to pick up an honorary doctorate from the Ulster University to mark his contributions to public service, environmental advocacy and the arts. He's 78 years old now, but had fond memories of visiting Belfast 60 years ago as a young weightlifter, and he had a Terminator-themed message for today's students.
It's when you fall, it is when you get up again and you continue on. This is why I love to play the character of Terminator. Even though it was a machine, but it never stopped. He was relentless. And this is what I want every human being to be, relentless.
We've less than 2 weeks until the third season of Euphoria drops. This season sees the teens leave their teenage years behind as we jump 5 years forward. Showrunner Sam Levinson has said that he thinks this season is the best yet, and it seems like Zendaya's character Rue is in more trouble than ever. Most of the main stars are back for the new season, including Sydney Sweeney, Hunter Schafer, Jacob Elordi and Eric Dane. It hits Sky Atlantic on April 13th.
In the beginning, we had to make a choice about who we were and what we wanted.
The network loved your storyline.
Really? But what we didn't realize was how far we were willing to go.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.